Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, May 18th, 2020. And we begin with the naughty, nostalgic neighborhood game that your parents played, making a comeback. It's called Ding Dong Ditch, and for those too young to know, involves ringing someone's doorbell, then running away before they answer. Security cameras took the starch out of that prank years ago, but now, thanks to our socially starved existence, it's on the rebound, albeit with a really nice twist. According to the Wall Street Journal, the dinging and running part is still there, but instead of an empty porch, there's a welcome surprise left behind by kids and adults alike. For a town in Indiana, it's a plate of monster cookies. In Minnesota, hydrangeas. And in Texas, it's quite literally a box of ding-dongs. If you're still not getting the gist of it, we're sure your parents do. And they probably have a few tall tales to tell, none of which involve cookies, candy, or flowers. Sometimes guests arrive earlier than they're supposed to. Tropical Storm Arthur is an example. He's the first named event of the Atlantic hurricane season, and he's brushing by the coast of the Carolinas today, a full 2 weeks before the storm door officially blows open. In fact, it's the 6th year in a row that significant weather has formed in the Atlantic before June 1st. No real damage is expected, just a lot of dangerous surf and rain for the Outer Banks. There's still a giant question mark hanging over Disney's two main parks, but this week there's a small sign of the company's comeback plan. On Wednesday, Disney Springs, the shopping, dining, and entertainment area that sits on the eastern edge of the complex in Orlando, Florida, will once again welcome visitors. The catch? Face masks and temperature checks will be mandatory, and cash is not king. The park will only take credit cards. As expected, Disney will limit the number of people let in, and social distancing will be enforced in lines and restaurants. It's not his sport, but that's not stopping him from taking baseball's biggest scandal head on. Basketball great Lebron James was among the first big athletes to go on record with his disgust and anger toward the Houston Astros for sign stealing their way to and through the World Series in 2017. Now he's making sure no one forgets what they did and how their actions likely robbed the Dodgers of the title. James has teamed up with Quibi to produce a new docuseries tentatively titled Sign Language, which aims to put Houston's plot under the microscope and explore the impact cheating has on all sports. The hits just keep on coming for high schoolers trying to keep their college dreams alive. The latest issue? The AP exams that some of them took online last week and may have to take again because of a technical glitch. The College Board, which runs the testing, says all went swimmingly for 99% of students, but admits the rest were unable to submit their final answers. And while 1% sounds low, that still amounts to as many as 10,000 kids who have to sit through the stress a second time. Make-up test dates for each subject have been scheduled for June 1st through 5th. That's it for KidNuz, and a quick reminder that you can listen to our podcast on Amazon's smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play the KidNuz podcast. And while she's smart, she's also particular, so make sure to say the KidNuz podcast. Now, our KidNuz quiz. What's the neighborhood game making a COVID comeback? Ding Dong Ditch, but with nice surprises left behind. What's the name of the first storm of the Atlantic hurricane season? Tropical Storm Arthur. Who's making a documentary about the Houston Astros cheating scandal? Basketball great LeBron James. What test may some high school kids have to retake because of a technical glitch? The AP exam. And one for the road, a riddle. What do young dogs and teens have in common? Apparently, more than we think. A new study in Biology Letters finds that when puppies hit about 8 months in age, their bodies flood with hormones and their brains start to rewire, just like a 14-year-old human. That means in the blink of an eye, the pooch who wanted nothing more than to please you is now a bit rebellious, disobedient even. The good news? Like a teenager, the mood swing is temporary. It may seem like forever when you're in the thick of it, but the good-natured pup you knew and love will likely be back by the time she hits a year old. Before we go, our KidNuz birthday shoutouts today go to Caitlin in Beech Grove, Indiana, Teddy in Trumbull, Connecticut, Harrison in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Grace in Nashville, Tennessee, Lily from Bloomfield, Michigan, Yisrael in Muncie, New York, Quinn in Loveland, Ohio, to Texas for Sarah in Austin and Araceli in Corpus Christi, Virginia for Jackson in Arlington and Ashley in Williams, Illinois for Grant in Chicago and Adeline in LaGrange Park, and to California for Elliot in Walnut Creek, Ben in Hillsborough, and Stephen in Beaumont. And our KidNuz teacher salutes are for Miss Hodges and Miss Elworth at River Rock Elementary in Lehigh, Utah, and Mrs. Homestead's class at Oak Lawn Elementary in Wisconsin. Thanks for listening. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.